in Isaiah 11 chapter, the 2nd verse. He shall teach you all things, and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I have said unto you. So all things to remembrance, remember that, remembrance, right? So now we look at Psalms the 83rd chapter. Psalms the 83rd chapter. It says, verse 1 says, keep not thou silence, O Most High, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High, for lo, thine enemies, so the Most High, and the Mashak Eloshai, and he say, I and my Father are one, they agree. For lo, thine enemies make a turmoil, they make an uproar, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. That's in pride. They that hate the Most High, and they the enemies of the Most High, have lifted up their head in pride. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. This is what the United Nations got together and said, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. That's why you don't have the Holy Spirit. Not calling yourself a Gentile. He said, going to bring all things back to your remembrance. He's going to teach you all things. The Holy Spirit going to teach you all things. He's going to have you jumping around like a chicken with his head cut off, running around the church, hollering and screaming. When you play the music, get up, start hollering and screaming, just jumping around like a chicken with his head cut off, running around. That ain't teaching you nothing. What's that teaching you? How you got the Holy Spirit when it's telling you? Going to bring all things back to your remembrance. So you have here how it's been taken away from your remembrance, your mind, the way you think. And just where it is, to say that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So that's taking the Holy Spirit from you. Else you would be telling the people that they're Israel. And all the other things you would know. In this Bible, that's named in this Bible. You would know how to teach the flock of the Most High, the pasture of the Most High. That they can eat in good pasture. His sheep. But no. You done found some other way. You have to pay for that. That's real. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. See? And he named nations. That's a confederate against the Most High. They're against Israel, too. They're against us. As the 12 tribes of Israel. See, we don't want to do right, so therefore, we got to deal with this. As it is written. Ezekiel 3. Ezekiel 3. 4 to 7. Ezekiel 3. Ezekiel 3 and 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, to the family of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. See, that's what you got to look at. You got to speak the words of the Most High to Israel, not your own words. And where you see it, find it at, you see it right here in the Bible, you find it right here in the Bible. Just speak with my words unto them. But thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech or of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. And majority of the Israelites understand English. Say, not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou dost not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, these other nations that have different languages, they would have hearkened unto thee. If the other nations knew that they would have chosen, they'd listen. They'd be locked in. And they thought that this Bible was talking about them like it is now. They've been deceived. The Most High said, Jacob have I loved. Period. You only know Israel. He said, listen what he said. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou shalt not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, to these people of a strange speech, words that we couldn't understand, these other nations, they would have hearkened unto thee. So they'd have listened to us. But the house of Israel, all you that's under the guidance of these pastors and priests and so forth, or ministers, but the house of Israel, even though you the Israelites calling yourself Gentiles, will not hearken unto thee. They ain't gonna want to listen. He's telling you already. But they will not hearken unto me. So they won't even listen to me. Most of us say he was sending the Spirit down to tell them certain things. They ain't listening to him. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Man, silly, stupid, and hard-hearted. He's saying. You wonder why we have to come so hard. He said, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces. Let me say, don't be concerned about their looks. He said, you have to make our faces hard against their faces. And thy forehead strong against their foreheads. Our minds, why we think, strong against the way they think. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not. So don't fear what they're going to do or what they're going to say. Neither be dismayed at their looks. There it is. Because they be looking at us all hard and stuff. Say, our looks look harder than them. Though they be a rebellious house. See? There it is. Israel want to find a way to get out of this. Ain't no way out of this. Except for to come back to the law, such commandments of the Most High, and do what's right. According to thus say the Most High. Or you're going to suffer the consequences of the lake of fire. Point blank. This is really important, people. Just a moment.